So Barack Obama instructed his weaponized intelligence community to hack into the phone and email of many people, but in particular, in this case, John Roberts. What they found when they hacked into his phone and his emails gave them leverage. It gave them leverage over John Roberts, and ultimately, this information is the reason why he changed his vote. John and his wife, Jane, have had trouble conceiving children. They have tried and tried for years, and finally, after 4 or 5 years, as they were getting up in age and closer to their 40s, they wanted to have kids. So they decided to adopt. They ended up adopting 2 beautiful little infant babies from Ireland. And they were 4 months apart in age, a boy and a little girl. Here's where the story gets interesting. The Roberts decided to have a private adoption, which means that they were privileged and had special access through arranged people and arranged parties to gain access to children that normally you and I couldn't get access to. And they did this without the involvement or oversight of any official adoption agencies. Now, the country of Ireland, where the Roberts have family and close ties to, the children were born in Ireland. But Ireland does not allow private abortions or out-of-country adoptions through private means. Therefore, these adoptions might have been illegal in America. They certainly were not legal for Ireland's standards on adoption policies. Obama knew this. He knew this information, and so did the New York Times. As a matter of fact, the New York Times was ready to write a scathing article exposing this. But at the time, Barack Obama stopped them and the rest of the media from going and divulging all of this information. The reason? Because he wanted Roberts' vote on Obamacare. So, Roberts and his wife, who have had all this trouble conceiving children, finally get to adopt these beautiful bouncing babies, little blonde-headed and blue-eyed babies, a boy and a girl from Ireland. They did not want to risk not only being exposed, but possibly even losing custody of their 2 children. It was a bridge too far. Now, back in the day, I was very harsh on John Roberts, because I thought he was another Anthony Kennedy. I thought he was just going to betray us, and he was a bad choice and everything else. And I came down pretty hard on him. But now, knowing the circumstances, you can see what the intelligence community, and in particular, James Clapper and John Brennan, did to John Roberts, and they were instructed by Barack Obama in order to do this. So they blackmailed the Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court into protecting and voting for something that we knew and we know now is still unconstitutional. That is how far the Obama administration, the Obama regime would go in order to facilitate the transformational and fundamental transformation of the United States of America. One of the biggest parts of that was, of course, the Unaffordable Careless Act. Documents and recordings released by federal judge G. Murray Snow, preserved on a whistleblower's SoundCloud page, reveal that real estate billionaire titan Tim Blixseth, explaining Brennan and Clapper's surveillance program to Sheriff Joe Arpaio and Detective Mike Zullo. Go ahead and listen to this.
So, while we're waiting, here we go. Here we go. Okay, look at this. Now, there's got to be a way to search this, right?
Well, it all depends. It looks like it's on a Word file, so
It's
it's
in
probably
PDF.
searchable.
Yeah. You know what that guy is?
Is that PDF?
The
That's
PDF.
PDF.
You know what that guy is? That's the head of the FISA court they hacked into. Reggie Walton.
Get the hell out of here.
He's the head of the FISA court. And John Roberts, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, was hacked. So how do we...
Now, you can clearly hear from the voices that they're discussing the FISA court. They're discussing surveillance. They're discussing John Roberts. They even mention his name right there. They also talk about another FISA judge as well. Regina something, I think the name was. Or Reginald or something. Bottom line is, they're